Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome this morning, Staying Sharp. Well, we're still meeting like this, not in person, but I hope you're all making the most of it and enjoying staying sharp the way it is. So this morning we're going to be looking at rebellions and rebellious people. What made them rebel? And what were the consequences? And then we'll obviously be having exercises. But in the meantime, if you've got someone to play a game with to stimulate your mind, that'd be a great idea until we come to the talk. And if you're on your own, you might perhaps like to do a crossword puzzle or something like that, just to get that mind working. And I'll see you back here at about 10:30 and we'll have a look at those rebels. Well, I hope you had fun playing some games, or if you're on your own, maybe doing a crossword or whatever. But that's good to see you back. And as I said this morning, I want to look at rebels, their causes and the consequences. Now, I guess there's been rebels since the dawn of time, but I'm just going to look at 3 Australian rebellions, although the last one probably isn't a rebellion as we would think of one. First one I'd like to look at is the Rum Rebellion. And everyone probably learned about this at school. This is the only coup that's ever happened in Australia. The brief story of this was the New South Wales Corps and free settlers overthrowing Governor Bligh. But why did this happen? Well, in 1805, Captain William Bligh was appointed 4th Governor of New South Wales. He was the 4th naval officer to be appointed to this position, and he was given the job because he was a tough disciplinarian. And unlike how the mutiny on the Bounty movies depict him, he was a fair man. The British government realised they needed someone tough at the top at this time. The Colonial Office had charged Bligh with breaking the monopolies forming in New South Wales, and the rum trade was to be regulated under his control. Bligh actually told the Colonial Office this would meet with resistance. And when Bligh got to New South Wales, he found that the poorer settlers were having a hard time affording supplies because those who controlled them were charging extremely high prices for them. Bligh went on to release supplies and animals from the government stores to remedy this, bringing on himself the ire of the big landholders, in particular John MacArthur and Major George Johnson of the New South Wales Corps. He also regulated the rum trade, taking it away from them. And over the next 3 years, there were many incidents causing issues between these 3 men, culminating in MacArthur's arrest for allowing a convict to escape on one of his schooners. The officers of the New South Wales Corps, led by Johnston, released MacArthur and arrested Bligh, completing Australia's only coup. Why did these men rebel? Bligh was affecting how much money they were making. They were greedy. And what happened to them? Well, after a lot of toing and froing, Major General Lachlan Macquarie was sent as governor, and he brought with him the 73rd Regiment of Foot to take over from the New South Wales Corps. Bligh, Johnson and MacArthur, they were sent back to Britain. Bligh was acquitted, but told he'd probably been a bit too harsh, and he was promoted to Rear Admiral and served in the Admiralty until he died of cancer. Johnson was cashiered from the army, but allowed to return as a free settler to his estate in New South Wales. MacArthur refused to admit any wrongdoing and was not allowed to return to New South Wales for 7 years. End result seems to be nobody really lost out with this, and the Colonial Office decided not to appoint naval officers as governors. New South Wales gained in Macquarie a very able governor who started massive building projects and brought order to the young colony. Everybody seemed to have a win. The second rebellion is the Eureka Stockade. This is set in the Victorian goldfields of Ballarat in 1854. The Victorian government was concerned about the number of people leaving jobs and heading off to the goldfields. Their answer to this was to introduce a gold miner's licence, which cost £1 a month. And this would have been a lot of money in those days, and a lot of miners conveniently forgot to get one. This led to an increased police presence on the goldfields as they conducted licence hunts. The police quite often used violence when conducting these hunts, which annoyed a lot of miners. And this led to some minor stoushes between the police and miners. And in November 1854, Governor Charles Hotham set up a royal commission into the goldfields. But Police Commissioner Robert Reid, rather than negotiate with the miners, brought in more police. And this was the last straw for the miners, who armed themselves and set themselves up in the Eureka Stockade. Reid saw this as open rebellion and brought in army units to assist in removing them, resulting on the 3rd of December with the Battle of Eureka Stockade. And the result was 6 police and soldiers and approximately 50 miners being killed. About 100 miners were arrested and 13 were put on trial for high treason and sedition. By this stage, though, great numbers of Melbournians were supporting the miners, and all of them were acquitted. Peter Lalor, who wasn't caught, went on to serve in the Victorian Lower House. Commissioner Reid was moved to an obscure posting elsewhere in Victoria. The Royal Commission recommended the licensing system be abolished and a tax paid on the actual gold recovered. From this, men got vote in the Lower House in Victoria, and Britain had probably learnt its lesson 80 years before with the American Revolution and didn't want a repeat of that. Some people would call Eureka Stockade the birthplace of Australian democracy. So I thought for the third one we'd come a little closer to home. The Battle of Brisbane. Now, I don't know how many of you have heard of the Battle of Brisbane, but those who have would probably say, well, that wasn't a rebellion. Well, probably not in the context of the first two, but in a way, I think it was. What was the Battle of Brisbane? Well, it happened on the 26th and 27th of November 1942 in Brisbane. And if you're thinking, oh, I can't remember the Japanese attacking Brisbane, well, you're right. The Battle of Brisbane was fought between the United States military and the Australian military and civilian personnel. The background to this was that between 1942 and 1945, over 1 million US military personnel passed through Australia. Brisbane became the HQ of the South West Pacific Command, run by General MacArthur. Oh, here we go, another MacArthur. Don't worry, no relation. Brisbane was fortified, schools shut, and lots of brownouts occurring. It increased in size by about 80,000. Americans were often given preference over Aussie servicemen in shops and hotels, and they had these things a bit like shops called the PX, where they could buy almost anything from cigarettes and alcohol to chocolates and nylons. They could buy things in these PXs that were severely rationed in Australia. An Aussie serviceman only had canteens where they could get a meal, soft drinks, tea and coffee. US servicemen were also better paid and better uniformed than the Aussies, which caused upset because the girls tended to go out with them in preference to the Aussies. And of course, the opinions of each other as soldiers. The American High Command didn't think Aussie soldiers had much get up and go, and used to report back to the States that when the Americans had a victory, it was an American victory. But when the Aussies had a victory, it was an American and Allied victory. And of course, the Aussies didn't think much of the American soldiers due to the number of times in New Guinea that they had to go in and finish the job because the Americans couldn't. And as you can see, there are a few things causing friction. And of course, there was the old saying about the Yanks: overpaid, oversexed, and over here. The ironic thing about the Battle of Brisbane was that it didn't start between the Aussies and the Yanks. It started when a drunk US private was stopped by a US MP, military policeman. And unlike Aussie MPs or provosts, who were unarmed, the US MPs were often armed and carried batons. The MP started prodding the private with a baton. Passing Aussie servicemen saw this and removed the baton from the MP's possession and started prodding him with it. This resulted in more MPs coming in and, of course, more Aussies. The MPs retreated to the PX and it was surrounded by Australian soldiers and civilians. Running fights occurred for the next 24 hours, resulting in one Aussie soldier killed by a shotgun blast from an American MP and 8 others injured from the same person. About 20 US servicemen ended up in hospital. The MP was tried by a US military court and acquitted as self-defence. One Australian soldier spent 6 months in prison for rioting. And what did this achieve? Well, not much, I guess, but at least they got it out of their system. Now, I guess rebellion and rebellious people have been around for a long time. And I'd like to go back now to the time of Israel coming out of Egypt. Moses, he'd been up on the mountain receiving the 10 Commandments from God. He'd been up there for 40 days and 40 nights. Then God tells him that his people have become corrupt. They have rebelled against God's laws. They've made an idol, a golden calf. Moses got angry with them and destroyed the calf, but it wasn't Moses they needed to worry about. It was God. God told Moses he was going to destroy Israel. But Moses prostrated himself before God and didn't eat or drink for 40 days and 40 nights while he prayed and persuaded God to spare his people. Not for their sake, but his. It wouldn't look too good to the other nations if God destroyed his chosen people. God had offered to make a great nation through Moses. But Moses had opted to intercede for Israel and save them from God's anger. And while we might not rise up against governments, we're still rebels. We are still rebelling against God. If we don't have someone to intercede for us like Moses did for Israel, we won't just suffer death, we'll suffer eternity in hell. The great thing is that we do have someone to intercede for us. This someone's far greater than Moses. It's Jesus. He interceded for us by taking our sin upon himself. All we have to do to receive this gift is to trust and follow Jesus. It won't stop our rebellious spirit, but through Jesus we can be forgiven. Now, I hope you've had some morning tea and you're all full of energy, because we're now going to let Sharon take you through some exercises. And I know how much you love doing this, so just get up, find yourself a space, and we'll let Sharon give us a workout, and I'll come back to you after that. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. It's lovely to see you all here this morning to join in for our Staying Sharp exercises. I've got Dave on one side of me helping me out and Jennifer on the other side. So you guys all know the drill. We're all sitting down and we're all going to start with just some marching on the spot. So let's start marching. Swing those arms. Get that blood flowing. Keep it going. Good job. Go a little faster if you can. Get those knees up as high as you can. Keep those back straight.
I'm getting all out of sync doing this sitting there.
I know, it feels a bit weird, doesn't it? I'm used to standing up behind the chair. Righto, now we're going to tap out with our heels. Just tap out with one heel at a time. Stretch those legs out as far as you can. Good job. Keep it going. Right, now we're going to point our toes.
Stretch those toes.
Yeah, right out as far as you can go. Jennifer said stretch those toes. Just go at your own pace. Oops, I just got confused then. Sorry guys. Don't do as I do, do as I say. I'm trying to think ahead. Oh, I did it again. Righto, we're going to go back to our heels. Heel out. My brain's going faster than my feet. Righto, back to some marching on the spot. Swing those arms back straight. We all should be working up a sweat by now. Righto, feet together. We're going to go up on our toes, nice and high. Very good for your calf muscles, this exercise, so stretch them right up. You should be feeling it in the back of your legs. Righto, the next one we're going to hold it up, nice and high, keep holding. Righto, down we go, up and down. Again, the next one we're going to hold it up, stretch it right out. And down, up and down. Good job, keep it going. Next one we're going to hold it up, stretch it out, nice and hard. Righto, down we go, keep going, up and down. Righto, good job guys. Just give your legs a little bit of a shake before we keep going. Loosen them up a bit. Righto, now we're just going to step to the side, one leg first and then the other. So just slide it out and back in, and then the other one out and in. How you going there, Dave?
Yeah, getting used to doing it sitting down.
Those muscles hurting yet?
Not yet. Haven't got the arm ones yet.
It's the arm ones that hurt the most.
This is so ladylike.
It is, isn't it? Jennifer said it's not very ladylike. Just as well we all got trousers on. Rightio, feet together, 1 foot out. We're just going to roll those out that ankle. Try and just roll that ankle. Try and keep that leg as still as you can and just roll the ankle. Doesn't matter which way you're going. Righto, roll it the other way.
We can check the doing it wrong.
Yeah.
There's always one way to roll. It's harder than the other, isn't it?
Yes, there is always one way to roll. It's always harder than the other. I find rolling clockwise is much easier for me than anti-clockwise.
Me too.
I'm here.
Jennifer and Dave are saying same. Righto, other foot, that one can go down, rest that one. Other one, up, roll that ankle.
The left leg's easier anti-clockwise.
It's a brain thing, Dave.
What are
He's
trying
saying he's got half a brain.
to say? What are you trying to say, Darren?
Righto, roll it the other way.
Just doesn't roll that way.
Dave's having trouble doing this exercise. He needs to practice it more at home.
I just practice it while I'm driving.
Righto, feet together. We're going to curl up our toes now. Curl them up nice and tight in your shoes. Curl them up nice and tight. And then release them. Give them a little wiggle. Righto, curl them up again, nice and tight. Then let them go and give them a little wiggle. One more time, curl them right up, nice and tight. Release and give them a little wiggle. Righto, now we're going to put both feet up and we're going to roll both ankles at the same time. Doesn't matter which direction you go, whichever feels comfortable. Other way if you're going one way. It's hard keeping your legs up. Righto, down on the floor and relax. Give them a little shake, shake them out. Now we're going to do some arm exercises. So we want arms out. We're just going to roll our shoulders nice and gently. Keep your arms level with your shoulders and just roll them nice and gently.
If you can't, just do them where you can. Just anywhere you can.
Jennifer says if you can't hold them up high, just do what you can.
You can.
A little exercise is better than none at all. Righto, go the other way. Good job. Other way. Now while we've got our arms out, we're just going to lean over to the side as far as you can down one side. Keep that back straight. Don't go over too far. We don't want anybody falling off chairs.
Keep your butt on the seat.
Keep your bottom on the seat, then over to the other side. Stretch it out. This stretches all the muscles in your side out, so stretch them right out.
Chiropractor's working, I can actually touch the floor again.
And the other side, nice and slow. Dave's complaining. We're not listening to him. Other side. Keep those backs nice and straight. One more time. Over we go. Everybody up straight. Righto, hands by your side. Now we're just going to roll our shoulders. Doesn't matter which way, because we're going to do them both ways. Just roll your shoulders, nice and gently. Righto, roll them the other way. Now one at a time, just one. Just roll one shoulder. Oh, my shoulder just cracked. Righto, roll the other one.
Cracks every time it goes around.
Righto, both together. Opposite way. I feel like I'm the little train that could or couldn't. Righto, relax those shoulders. Now, hands in laps. We're going to creep our fingers as far down as our legs we can go. Just as far as you can go. And hold. And then creep them back up. And down we go again. As far as you can go. Hold. And creep them back up. Down we go again. And back up. Down again. Try and keep those backs as straight as you can. Up we go. One more time. Down we go. Hold it down there, stretch it out, and up we come. We're going to do some open, shut them. open, shut them, open, shut them, open, shut them, open, shut them, open. Now we've got to put our fingers onto our thumb, each finger onto your thumb, just backwards and forwards. We're going to open, shut them, open, shut them. Make a real tight fist when you're closing them. Open, shut them, open, shut them, open, shut them, open. And now we're going to do our fingers again. Good job. Keep going. Right, open, shut them, open, shut them, open, shut them. Righto, give them a shake. We're going to do some piano playing. Everybody, hands out front. Righto, off we go. Wiggle those fingers. Make sure you get those thumbs going as well. They're just as important. Play a tune in your head while you're doing it. Wiggle those thumbs. Righto, palms up. We're going to do the same with our palms up. Off we go. Righto, palms down again. Here we go, one more time. Off we go. Good job. Give them a shake. Roll those wrists. And shake it out. Now we're going to do some neck exercises. So if these make you dizzy, I don't want you to do them. I want you to stop. So we're going to start with just turning our head to the side as far as it'll go. Say hello to your neighbour. Hello, Jennifer.
Hello.
And then back the other way. Hello, Dave. Then back the other way, just backwards and forwards, nice and slow. Stretch those neck muscles out. One more time to the other side. And then to the front. Now we're going to look up to the ceiling and then put our chin on our chest. So we go up to the ceiling and then down to our chest.
I don't do this one, it makes me dizzy.
This one makes Jennifer dizzy, so she's not doing this one. So don't watch her. Down to your chest. Up to the ceiling. Down to your chest. One more. Up to the ceiling. And down to your chest. And now we're going to put our ear over to our shoulder. I don't want to see anybody hitching their shoulder. You need to keep your shoulders nice and straight. We're just going to tilt our head as far as you can over to your shoulder. And then go the other side. Other side. Over we go. Over again. And up nice and straight. So we're going to turn to the side again. As far as you can. And then to the other side. Over to the other side. And then to the other side. Go again. Over we go. Nice and tight. Stretch it out. Then back to the front. We're going to look up to the ceiling again. Then chin on your chest. Then up to the ceiling. And down again on your chest. One more time, up we go. Stretch it as far as you can. And then back on your chest. Righto, we're going to put our hands up, we're going to do some punching. We're going to go 1, 1, 1, 1. Then we're going to do the other hand. 1, 2, 1, 2. Other hand. 1, 2, 1, 2. Other arm. 1, 2, 1, 2. Other arm. 1, 2, 1, 2. Other. 1, 2, 1, 2. We're going to go a little faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Other arm. 1, 2, 1, 2. Other arm. 1, 2, 1, 2. Righto, hold them in, give them a shake, shake out those arms. Good job, guys. We're going to do some more leg exercises. So I want your feet up again. We're going to point our toes to the ceiling, stretch it right out. It helps these muscles, these calf muscles, and then point down to the floor. Then up to the ceiling and down to the floor. Up to the ceiling and down to the floor. Up to the ceiling, down to the floor. Just keep that going. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Roll those ankles. Righto, feet on the floor, scrunch those toes up again. And then give them a wiggle, stretch them out and give them a wiggle. Crunch them up again. Stretch them out and give them another wiggle. One more time, crunch them up, then stretch them out, give them a wiggle. Now we're going to put our hands across our chest like this, and we're just going to lean forward. Keep those back straight. We're just going to lean forward and back. Keep the back straight. Just backwards and forwards. Again, if this is going to make you dizzy, don't do it. Keep going. Righto, everybody sitting up straight. Before we finish off, we're going to play the clapping game. You all know how to do that. So it's 2 claps on your knee, 2 claps, 2 on your shoulder, and then 2 on your head. So we're going to start off slow, and I'm going to get faster, and then we might do a little bit of a change somewhere in there, so you've got to be watching as we go along. So here we go. So it's knees, knees, clap, clap, shoulders, shoulders, head, head. 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 Now I'm going to throw in a change, so you've got to be watching for the change. Here we go. Knees, knees, clap, clap, shoulders, shoulders, head, head. Knees, knees, clap, clap, head, head, shoulders, shoulders. Knees, knees, shoulders, shoulders, head, head, clap, clap. Knees, knees, clap, clap, shoulders, shoulders, head, head. Knees, knees, clap, clap, shoulders, shoulders, head, head. Shoulders, shoulders, head, head. Shoulders, shoulders, clap, clap. Shoulders, shoulders, head, head. Knees, knees, clap, clap. Shoulders, shoulders, head, head. Knees, knees, clap, clap. Head, head. Shoulders, shoulders, clap, clap. Knees, 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 clap, clap. Shoulders, shoulders, head, head. Good job, guys. Now we're going to get a little faster as we go. There'll be no changes. It'll just be knees, knees, clap, clap, shoulders, shoulders, head, head, but we are going to get faster. Here we go. Knees, knees, clap, clap, shoulders, shoulders, head, head. 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 Knees, knees, clap, clap, shoulders, shoulders, head. Oh, I just did it all wrong. Okay, we'll just do some stretching exercises now. So we want one arm across your chest. Just stretch it out. It's a bit rough when the instructor can't do it right. Stretch it out. Righto. Other arm, same thing, stretch it. You're just going to roll those shoulders backwards and forwards. Keep going, roll those shoulders. Then stretch that arm out again. Other arm, stretch it out. Then we're just going to lift our legs, stretch it out. And down. And the other one, stretch it out. And down. One more time. Out we go. And down. Other one, stretch it out. And down. Now just both together, up as high as you can go. Stretch those toes out. And down. One more time. Up. Stretch those toes out. And down. Now we're going to do our breathing exercises. So we breathe into our nose and out through our mouth. Into our nose and out through our mouth. Big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. One more, in through your nose and out through your mouth. I told a fib, go again. In through your nose and out through your mouth. One more, big breath. Hold it and then out. Good job, guys. Give yourselves a clap. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'll hand you back over to Dave. Oh, I can't hand you back over to Dave because he's got no mic on. Bye, everybody.
Well, thanks for joining us this morning. I hope you had a good workout with the exercises. And I just hope you've had an enjoyable morning. And we'll look forward to doing this again on the second Friday of June. So just at the moment, I'd just like to finish with a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, we just thank you that we can still get together in some form and enjoy a morning. And Father, just ask that you would look after all those people who have been watching this morning or who will watch it at a later time, and that you'll keep them safe and keep them healthy. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, everybody, and I'll see you in June.